Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Roland, holy moly guacamole, long time no see.
Yeah, what's up, bro? How's it been?
Oh, it's been a wild ride, but I'm so good to see you, man. I can't express enough how happy I am right now.
Yeah, dude, it's nice to see you. It's
Yeah.
funny.
So where are you right now? What time is it there?
Um, it's like in the morning. It's 10 a.m. right now.
10 a.m.?
Yeah, I'm in Sweden. I'm back at my parents' place.
Oh, so I bet you got a long holidays and now I guess you're spending Christmas with your parents and your girlfriend.
Yeah, we came home. This is the first time I've been back since like the pandemic, so I haven't been home in like 2.5 years.
Wow.
Um, and we were supposed to go back to the office in January, so I like booked like a whole month here. So I'm here till like the 7th of January.
Yeah, I mean, since we left Google probably like 2 years ago or something, more than that, right? 2 years and a half. Like we actually left at the same day, and I played a guitar song for you.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, I think that I mean, yeah, definitely a year and a half. I think it was in August, like
August,
2020.
yeah, of 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So after that, like I moved back to Korea, and then I a little bit of like helped my dad's business a little bit, um,
Yeah.
and chill out a little bit, and I kind of brushed up on my little bit coding skills, and um, I moved my
Nice.
company here now and then, but now I kind of settled down in like Korean startup company, but it's sort of like really fast growing and it has a lot of opportunities and potential. So
That's cool.
yeah, I ended up selling as a software developer. Like I'm basically like using Python to solve a lot of math problems.
Yeah.
Our company is called like Mirai, and we're sort of the equivalent would be the Waymo of a Google, or sort of the Tesla, you know.
Yeah.
So we're actually making autonomous driving software embedded in like automobiles produced by like Hyundai Motors or something, you know.
Yeah. Dude, that's cool. That sounds interesting.
Because as you can
That's
tell,
hard.
yeah, my two ambitions when we worked at Google was first was Python, second was ping pong.
Yeah. Yeah. I do miss that. I do miss playing ping pong, honestly. I haven't I haven't been able to play since those tables up there. I think I might have played once because one of my friends had it in the garage.
Yeah, I missed your tennis back shot and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I talked to Keshav recently. I was supposed to try to meet up with him,
Yeah.
but something came up, so both of us couldn't do it on the Sunday. But I've been meaning to meet up with him.
So who do you still keep in touch with, like from previous company, like Keshav and mostly soccer dudes?
Yeah, so yeah. So most of the soccer guys, I still see. So Keshav, I talk to, like I'll message him. Sharif, I see him.
Oh yeah,
DeAndre, I see him. Uh, and then like there's like new people that have joined quality test that are like because and like so Sharif has like brought them. So there's like this Norwegian guy. He's pretty nice.
makes sense.
Um, but yeah, like I'm trying to think who else. I mean, at one point I was at Joyce. I saw Joyce pretty recently. I think for Thanksgiving.
Oh, Joyce, the wife of Mohammed Salah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
previous wife of.
yeah. They're actually producing American TV show every now and then. Like it's so fun to watch. I actually like lost contact with them, but at least when I was in there, like their romance has been really like very sprightly and a lot of dramas were there.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of dramas.
So Roland, please tell me about kind of your job. I'm very curious about like you moved to TikTok as financial artist? No, the data analyst.
I'm a risk analyst now.
So cool, man.
Um, yeah, it's so up to TikTok. There's obviously like a bunch of different departments, but my department specifically, we there's a bunch of teams, and we work with like paid advertisers. So everyone who wants to like put an ad on TikTok, all the advertisers that put ads on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
have to submit ads.
Makes sense.
And they have to be like moderated, approved by like a human or a machine, and like if it complies with policy.
Right.
So obviously, like if they try to put something that's like against our internal policies, we would reject it. But a lot of times, the human or the AI like is incorrect in its action.
That's cool.
So like we basically monitor the performance of ads and like balance risk and revenue. So like if we're trying to, for instance, like crypto was trying to run on the platform, so we had like a beta test where we allowed only like 5 advertisers like Coinbase, Robinhood, and Webull to run crypto ads, and then we monitor the performance of the like user-based reports and just how. Yeah, just like a lot of user-based reports on the content and like the actual performance of the ad. And then we try to balance that with revenue. So if it worked well and like users were engaging positively with it, we can like loosen up our policy. So I work pretty closely with like the internal ad policy team and like make recommendations to them. We build like my team, like we build dashboards and stuff. So I've gone to use SQL a little to like run queries on our databases to visualize data. Like, so a lot of it has to do with like paid advertisers and the performance of their campaigns, and then also just like watching out for like fraud, IP infringement. Like cybersecurity threats.
Roland, that sounds really amazing because that seems just probably the common ground of all like 3 or 4 subject areas where you could utilize your coding skill, programming knowledge from computer science and financial knowledge and some marketing or business now. You know what I'm saying? Like there are so many expertise that you can get your feet wet and you can kind of deep dive into those like analytical fields.
Yeah, it's been super interesting, honestly. Like so. I started off, and it's just that it's also like it changed so much since when I started. Like I feel like every couple months the business changes, or like like it just is so fast evolving. Like there's always like new things going on. But I like it. Like it's been hard, but yeah, it's been pretty rewarding. I feel like I've learned a lot. I've got to sharpen my skills and. Yeah,
that's amazing, Roland. I think you seems to literally deserve like 6 figures, and a lot of our like previous workers either were jealous or like sort of worried about you because, as you can tell, TikTok is kind of based off of like Chinese kind of government or something.
Yeah.
But I guess it's even like enlarging or it's doing pretty well, and I think what matters could be a company, but I think. Like what matters more could be your position or your daily responsibilities.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely depends what team you are on here. Like, I definitely think my team, because it's like very like U.S. based, and all of the people I report to are on like the marketing and the sales and like. But I have heard that like. The engineering teams are not as great, like the work-life balance and stuff. Like some of it's not great.
Yeah.
And like it depends like where. So my team gets a lot of the orders. I guess like our managers and stuff. Like the people who make decisions, they're like based in the U.S. So it's like pretty easy for us. But then some of the other teams, like they have. Like managers in like different countries and like they kind of dictate what happens and like I've heard that some American teams they're kind of like pissed off because like their ideas don't get listened to, so like they'll say like no I think we should be like doing this and they just shut them down. They're like nah we're not going to do that. So
geez, Roland, every company, every department seems to have all the drama going on. For example, when we work for a previous company,
that's one thing that I think is funny because I thought after high school and college that stuff kind of like would stop.
Yeah.
But like from what I've learned, it's like I don't think it's ever going to go away.
Oh wow! I think that's the reason why the humans are called social animals, and wherever we gather around, like there's always drama going on. I think that's the life. That's something that we should
I've definitely noticed here at TikTok though, like the drama is way more advanced than at Quality Test. Like the drama that people get in here is so insane.
What would you say the rate of international workers, or do they also back up like visas for people from overseas like we do?
It depends for what position. I know for like analyst roles that they can sponsor. So my team was pretty small before. There was only like 6 people on my team.
Yeah.
And one of the girls was like on H-1B. But I have heard of like people in the Austin office who were sponsored.
Mm-hmm.
But I've also heard of people in like more entry level roles who they wouldn't sponsor because they were like, we only sponsor for like a certain level. But the company's pretty diverse, honestly. It's obviously Quality Test had to be diverse because of the line of work that they were in.
Yeah.
But like I would say TikTok, from what I've seen, is like very diverse. Like there's
Yeah, because I was really curious about their working culture, whether they're pretty similar to Google, where like you can make money without doing evil, and you don't need to sit on your desk and get your answer. Like that kind of 10 core values.
Yeah.
So I was kind of curious, like, money is money, but like, what are the life values that your company is kind of prioritizing or advertising, and are you happy with that kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest though, I am trying to leave. Like I'm actually.
Oh really? You're done?
Yeah. I've been like interviewing at other companies. So.
That's just fair, and you'll probably make 7 figures. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully at least 6+ on this next job. I'm interviewing with like Expedia today.
Nice. In all similar positions, like somewhat risk management or engineer position, right?
I think this position specifically. So I've applied to a bunch of risk analyst roles.
That's good.
And I was like, I had one offer from a finance company, but I didn't really like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still talking to eBay for like payment risk strategy for eBay.
eBay, the guys that we play ping pong with in our Google office. Yeah, man, that's coincidence. What a small world, man.
Yeah. So then I interviewed at Google, but I didn't get the job. I had like 2 interviews and I didn't get it.
You're still young. I don't think you'll have any trouble like getting into like Google again.
Yeah. So this role with Expedia, it's like kind of a little bit like a little bit more customer facing.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically onboard new clients like with so whatever softwares they're using, you basically use their API, like the API, to connect to Expedia.
Yeah.
And you basically just you troubleshoot for them. So you kind of just like you have meetings with them. You like help them on board, and like you pass it along to like if there's bugs or whatever, you just pass it along to engineering. So they said like you should have knowledge of APIs, XML, and like I can't remember what else, but from the interviews it has seemed pretty like chill. So it's like somewhat technical, but also somewhat not because you're facing clients more. But it sounded interesting, and it's kind of I would like to be more client facing, I guess. Like I don't mind analyst work, but like I do kind of miss just speaking to people or like managing a client or making their success important.
That's so cool. I think that you literally are equipped with like every single successful, like I would just say, like impetus, kind of motivation, whatever, like factors to succeed, because you're American, smart, have a master's, you have soft skills and technical skills, and good at playing soccer, and handsome, and got a girlfriend, and what could you ask more? Seriously, like
what could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Exactly. So in terms of like housing and stuff, like now, did you like change your car and buy a new house, and your life in Austin just got a whole lot better than 2 years ago, or would you say like since Austin is booming, every like life standards or living expense also?
Dude, it's been pretty crazy. I bought a house like half a year ago, I think. No, I bought it in April. So in 2021 April, I bought my place. Because,
Congratulations.
I was just like, thanks, bro. Yeah, I was just like saving a bunch of money because there wasn't really anything to do. So I was just saving a bunch.
You didn't do any like crazy Bitcoin, Dogecoin, or like put them in a stock or something? Not quite.
A little bit, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like like I was doing a little bit of like crypto and stuff, but nothing like I might have made like $1,000 or $2,000, but nothing like.
Wow.
I'm always kind of scared of that, so I don't really.
Exactly. High risk, high return, but sure.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I had used the money that I used to buy my house, like I probably could have made way more money. But it's whatever. So I did that, and then I got a new car because the car I had broke.
Oof.
Yeah.
Did you buy Tesla?
No, I have a Toyota Corolla.
Oh, sick. That's still good. That's still a new one, right?
Yeah. It's a 2018.
Oh, fair enough.
I bought a used one because I don't know. New cars are expensive for no reason.
Yeah. Do you stick with the same girlfriend?
Yeah, I'm still with Miriam. She's here. She's just asleep.
That's amazing. I mean, because I actually got involved in Korean ping pong group here, and there are a lot of like punky dudes, and they say like, "Hey, Kevin, when I was your age, I used to have a girlfriend every single month. You never spent or save your money for dating or something, you know?"
Yeah.
And they say like, why would you save your time and money and energy, like not date with another new like relationship? I'm like, you're from America. They have a stereotype over like American guys tend to switch their girlfriend often, but I don't think that's the case for all the time, you know?
Nah, definitely not. I think maybe like college dudes, maybe, or like just depends.
Yeah, man, it's so good to see that like you're on a roll and yeah, you're thinking in your zone in terms of setting up your life. So I kept thinking about like moving back to America in that manner, but after the COVID and all, like it's still crazy, isn't it? Right, in terms of medical expense or just the chaos or racial.
Yeah, so it's like in Texas. So every state is different, right? So every state has taken like somewhat of a different approach. I think Texas is like only the first couple of months there was like really bad like lockdowns and shutdowns, but like everything you just have to wear a mask like when you go to the supermarket or any public place.
Yeah.
But besides that, I think like I've never gotten it the whole time that I was like there.
Wow, that's really great.
Yeah, and I had I wasn't I wasn't only ever inside. I definitely went out. But I definitely was cautious about it. But so I never got it. Yeah, it's still crazy though because it always changes. You think it's going away. The only thing that has like really been pushed or taken seriously is like going back to the office. They just keep pushing it out. They say like, oh, okay, there's been new developments, so we're gonna push it 3 months. So we expect you to come back in January. And then now again, a couple of days ago, they're like, okay, you guys don't have to come back in January. We're gonna push it again. So it's just it's crazy because we've heard of like other companies that go back and then there's like a COVID outbreak in the office and they have to go back. It actually happened at TikTok too, but it was the New York office.
Yeah,
the New York office was allowed to go back if they wanted to, and they went and a bunch of people got COVID at the office. So
that's a bummer.
And they had to shut down the whole thing. I think the funny thing is a lot of the big American companies, the only reason they're doing like they're not asking people to come back in the office is because if someone gets COVID, they're afraid that they're gonna sue the company. In America, you just like everybody sues everybody for like everything.
Oh yeah,
and especially companies. So like I'm pretty sure that's why the company is so generous with saying, oh, you don't have to come back, you don't have to come back. because they know if someone was to get COVID,
Yeah.
they could maybe be liable.
Sure. I mean, that's the
So
one of the reasons why I all the time recommend to people who want to study law, like you should go to America. It's the best country for you to become a lawyer, you know, because everybody sues.
100%. 100%, bro. I always tell Miriam, I'm like, one of us should go to law school. Like, one of us should like just go. We should support the other one while they go to law school, because like that America's the best place to be a lawyer. And like, you can just make so much money. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally like hands down on that. And what would you say? I heard that like, Chris moved to Google. I mean, that's really good. But other than that, like, what would you say like that you've learned from Qualitas or like previous company in general? Like, or what kind of soft values or skills like you would learn and you could like take it to your next company? You know?
I definitely think like the aspect of working like cross-functionally, so at least like when you're working with like the different stakeholders and like managing expectations and managing like deadlines. I think in a way, like I guess we were on Surge. I don't really know about the other teams, but
Yeah.
for us,
I mean, I still remember, Roland, that you worked really hard at one time and you kind of move up to I don't know, LQE or whatever the position.
yeah, SME or whatever.
Yeah, like SME, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was trying to ask you like, what motivated you that much? They certainly like you just like got into work so much to the level that you kind of like spent day and nights, and you just made it. You were given a very large project because you're like very multilingual and talented in those technical skills, and I was like very surprised at the
Yeah.
moment. Yeah.
I think from from the kind of work that we were doing, like obviously like developing some soft skills here and there, but I think like creative problem solving is kind of important. So we did a lot of like manual work, but like if you wanted to get really good results, if you want to really improve
Yep.
like any of the search features, you had to like think outside the box. You couldn't like just you couldn't just do your like the top 10 best queries or whatever. You have to like think creatively.
Yeah.
And I think that's like something I've noticed as well, that even at my company now, like usually my performance reviews, I get people will say that I'm like a creative problem solver, and I come up with like unique solutions to like just take like a different approach to how to solve a problem.
Yeah.
So I think like stuff like that, just like doing that. Yeah.
What about like, do you still remember like the shout out cultures that people are either fake it or not, but they are very like supportive and encouraging one another, and at the end of the week, they are appreciate what we have done and what we're given to done, you know?
Yeah, like I think the idea was good.
Yeah.
For the shout out thing, I think the idea was good. I think it just I don't know. I also didn't realize that like people would take it so seriously.
Yeah,
Like,
it all kind of. I think it ended up boiling down into politics of different teams, but
yeah,
in
so
some
it just
sense.
kind of became like that. So it was. I like the idea. I don't think it was executed very well. I think they changed. I think I heard that they changed it, so they don't do it. They don't do it weekly anymore.
Makes sense. Yeah.
But TikTok has a similar thing.
Oh, do they?
They do it every 2 months, every by month. But I don't know. It's kind of the same drama essentially.
I'm very curious, Roland, about the benefits or the advantages that you work for TikTok. What would you say the special benefit or advantage that you have for working TikTok? You know.
In American terms, like so none of all of the benefits that we have, like you don't have to pay for any of them. So you know how we have to pay for our health insurance or whatever.
Oh yeah, really?
At Qualitas. Yeah, like you don't have to pay for any of your benefits, and they're way better. Like the medical coverage you have is like way better than the one we had. So that's like on a basis level. Then they have like way more coverages than you had. Like life insurance, disability insurance. So if anything happened to you, you'd have insurance for that.
That's great.
In the office, they're supposed to provide like catered food.
Do
So
they?
they're supposed to be like, yeah. But because we haven't been in an office, they just give us $45 every day for food.
That's sick,
We're not in the
man.
office right now. Yeah, it's pretty sick. So there's that. They pay for like $100 of your phone. They pay for the $60 of gym. $100 towards Wi-Fi.
Oh my god.
So like a bunch of these like random costs are just paid for. I just expense them to TikTok.
They just do everything.
There's more. Yeah, there's more like days off. I think I get
PTOs.
There's 20 PTO days a year.
Wow.
So that's like I can't remember how much it was at college. Was it like 10 or something?
15,
I think it was
10 or 15, yeah, probably 8 sick days, but in my company, like, we don't have that much of sick days, but yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've noticed. One sec, sorry, I just got a message.
Oh. Hey, is that you on the profile photo?
Wait, which account? I'm trying to see what account.
I can't believe that.
Oh, yeah.
I guess that was when you were little.
I think I was like 12 or 13 years old in that photo. This is like my first ever email account.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've ever changed it.
Yeah. But Roland, like, wow, so that's, I mean, amazing stories, and I mean, there are definitely more stories to be untold between us, but like, in terms of living, would you say that you keep living in Texas, and would you like still work for a big mega tech company, or sometimes in 5 to 10 years you see yourself differently, like doing your own business, or moving to a different state?
I definitely see the advantages of like having your own business for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely would probably want to stay in Austin for like at least another few years, but I'm not set on, I don't like, I have to spend the rest of my life here. It's not like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm just like open to opportunity, right? So if
that's great.
if something's to come up that I think is like better for my overall life, then I wouldn't stay just because.
I guess you're making
of the sum. There's obviously a lot of factors that go into it. So
yeah. So because the reason why I'm asking is so many people nowadays like want to move to the Norwegian like countries like where you and Maya came from, like Sweden, Norway, and Finland. So for you, like you got a lot of options, I think.
Yeah, I was actually telling Miriam that like now that we're here,
mm-hmm.
I felt like it's way more calm here. Like I feel like just
less
life
drama.
in general is much more. Yeah, it's like much more calm and relaxed compared to America. Like I know America, I always feel stressed.
Yeah.
I feel like there's always something going on, but yeah. She just woke up.
Hi, Taeyang.
Oh, hi, Miriam. Oh, wow, I'm surprised that you know my name. You still remember my name?
What?
I'm still. Hello, Miriam. I'm surprised that like you remember my name. I guess Roland talked a lot about my ping pong.
Yeah, he misses you.
Oh, ¿cómo estás? Hola.
Yeah. Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien, ¿y tú? Oh.
Sí, muy bien. ¿Dónde aprendiste español?
Español. Oh, that's it. I think. Thank you for listening. Yeah. That's my Google Translator.
I'll let you go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, I think you came by cheering up Roland a couple of times when we had soccer in Lakeland, Zilko Park, or whatnot, like whatever the indoor soccer stadium.
Yeah.
And I still remember you took the whole group photo for all of our dudes, and still that's like the group kind of picture in our WhatsApp chat.
Yeah, still the group chat picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
All right. how's Korea for you?
Actually, for me, like it's much better because I think I'm the kind of person like who really thinks highly of food. And when I was in America, I mean, I was not that satisfied with the food quality and the choices of food that I can get. But over here, there are
Yeah.
more variety choices. And since I'm Seoul, I'm originally from the Busan, but this Seoul is like such a really mega multinational city,
Yeah, it's
and
huge.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of foreigners and like we have a lot of global companies. So I feel like I'm just using Korean but working for some global company. That's how I feel. And we have really easy access
Yeah.
working for a lot of different branches in the world. And I really enjoy it. But of course, I think that humans are kind of people that who miss or want to have that other people have, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so a bunch of my current
Maybe we can go visit you at some point.
oh yeah, they'll be wonderful. They'll be like really wonderful. Like you guys are anytime welcome to swing by, and I'll be more than happy to guide you
Yeah.
around. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Hopefully
cool.
travel ramps up again.
Yeah, I really want to go to Asia. Yeah, I've thought of like South Korea, Japan, or
Yeah, because
pretty much South
personally,
Korea or Japan.
yeah, I've hosted 3 or 4 college friends in my home for a couple of months, even for 6 months. So I'm really happy. I've
Oh wow.
experienced of hosting a lot of my American friends in Korea.
Yeah.
So they'll be
that'd be
really
cool.
nice. Where are you guys planning to go for a honeymoon trip? Oh, sorry. Maybe I think I went far to it, but somehow I think that you guys are not couples, but maybe the married spouses or something. Because Roland said TikTok is doing everything except like finding your spouse. You know.
Yeah.
So what do you do for a living, Miriam? Again, you said you were working for an accounting firm, or
I work at TikTok too now.
Yeah.
oh, that's by referral. Your boyfriend's referral.
Yeah.
Yeah, I referred her like a couple months ago.
Oh, that's so nice.
So-
You guys are TikTok couples.
Yeah, look.
And
bro.
now he's interviewing at one of the companies I used to work at.
Really?
Yeah, at Expedia.
Oh, you used to work for Expedia before. Yeah, I have a hunch that maybe you guys are gonna live on a yacht in 10 years, you know? Because
Yeah.
I hope you're right, Liam. Thank you. Manifest that for us. We need a yacht in our life.
yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool. You guys both work for TikTok.
Yeah, it's very nice to say hi to you. I need to jump in the shower, but
Sure,
very
yeah.
nice to see you.
Good to see you, Miriam. Yeah,
Bye.
thank you.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
likewise. Bye. Good morning.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that you guys are together for a pretty long time. I bet you guys are
Yeah,
pretty
like-
serious at this point.
Yeah, dude. It's like 2.5 years now. It'll be 3 years in July.
That's really neat. And then, like, I bet a lot of Quota's friends, Google friends, like ask you to find a position in TikTok. Like, what would you say the stance of Keshav
Oh,
or
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like those Indian workers, are they? Do you think they're still happy with their job, or they really want to change
Oh
their
no,
job?
I mean, I know, like most people are like definitely like they're trying to leave. I've referred Keshav a couple of times, but he didn't get the role.
Ooh.
I referred DeAndre. I've referred. I forget her. I think her name was Fatima.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have asked me for referrals, and I refer them, but like no one has gotten the job. The only person I've successfully referred was Miriam.
Oh wow! So she's that competent or
Yeah.
capable enough to get in TikTok.
Yeah, so she does like sales, like yeah, she's like a salesperson. So I referred her to a sales position, and she got it.
Wow, that's really nice. It's so good to see you guys worked in the same company, you know. Yeah. So, did she say she's
What do
like?
you think?
Yeah. Speaking.
I was gonna say you said like just you find Seoul better than, or like at least a life that is better for you than in the U.S.
Yeah, it's much better actually because it's very like we have a like excellent public transportation, so you can.
Yeah, you don't have to drive everywhere.
Yeah, and you can be super drunken or wasted overnight, and you can still grab any taxi, or you can even just take a bus or metro, and then it's more than that. Like it's really safe. Because I remember there were a couple of like gunshots, even when we all went to club the other day in Austin. Even though Austin is considered one of the safest city in America.
Yeah, I think so too. Honestly, like
Yeah.
That's like everywhere else too. Like here in Europe is like public transport's way better. I'm just here I feel way more safe. Like I can walk anywhere.
Yeah.
Like you can't walk anywhere in the U.S. and
No,
kind of
can't.
feel the same.
Mm-mm.
Especially Texas now. It's kind of worse. It's definitely like if you thought like crime was bad, I say like since the time you left, it's just gotten like progressively worse.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's way like this year 2021 was the most like active gun violence in Austin.
Was it?
The murder rate is like doubled from last year. There was like 86 homicides already compared to like 40 the year before.
Ooh, wow.
There was just a lot of problems. Like they defunded the police. Now there's not as many police as there used to be, and there's more crime. So you can call the police sometimes, and if it's not like if you're not in immediate danger, like the police aren't not gonna come. Like if you tell the police, hey, someone just stole my car, they're like, are you hurt? Did they have a gun? Do we have to like come save you? They're like, no. They drove away. They're like, okay, well, we'll get to it later.
Oh my god.
So there's literally like they only really respond to like really high risk. So you're like, oh, someone's breaking into my house with a gun.
Yeah.
They'll show up for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just been kind of crazy. And yeah, stuff like that too. That's why I said like now that I'm here, I feel way more calm and relaxed, and I just don't feel as stressed.
Yeah, I mean, America is definitely a fun country to live and study and to work, but as you can tell, like that takes more responsibility and stress to come along with your shoulders. So there's always trade-off.
There's definitely big trade-offs too. So I don't know. I think at some point, if I can, like I said, if there's a good opportunity to do something else, like based on my life factors, I wouldn't be opposed to leaving.
Yeah, I mean, since you're also multilinguals, I highly think that like while you're working for the company in Korea, like these days, like the end jobs is called the popular terminology, meaning that like our young MZ generations, like they're not just satisfied for one paycheck. So what they do is after they get done with their work, they just either develop their program, working for. For me, I also like work as English or coding tutors after my job, and I also like sort of running my coding teaching YouTube channel, stuff like that. Yeah, so there are.
Nice.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who even write their books, and there are so many like venues that you can kind of pull the money in or paycheck or your income, And during that time, in the meantime, like you sort of find the niche, and that's when you sort of gradually like invest your time, money, and energy and resources to get it kind of bigger. And then once it hits certain subscribers, and once it hit a certain shot, and that's the point and moment that you really like, oh, well, this is the thing that I'm gonna probably gradually switch my jobs to this business job or something.
Pursue.
Yeah, so I think that's most people's like general direction because it's housing price here is pretty crazy. It's like New York, Manhattan area.
Damn. Yeah, I can imagine. It's a huge city.
So I live in a very small tiny studio apartment. It's like $500, which is pretty cool. I get paid around like 4,000 here. Okay,
that's pretty solid though, because then. Yeah, that's like less than 25% of your.
Yeah, so I'm pretty satisfied, but of course, my future career path, I want to study more about data science or AI field. But since like I also really love talking to people and being active, so I sometimes miss that I kind of work with close to customers or higher level of the kind of marketing or sales department.
Yeah.
But I think I already got used to working with this bunch of nerds who just wear t-shirts, don't say nothing, just smoking once in a while and just say goodbye,
Yeah, I think there's definitely roles that combine both. I've definitely seen that, like at least now that I work at TikTok, and I see, like I get insight, I can see into different like departments, different teams, etc. I see there's different engineering teams, but then there's like product and project managers or the program manager who he's there's this one program manager, I forget, his name's John Wang, and he's probably the smartest guy that I've ever met.
Interesting.
And like he develops all the AI models, and like he's insanely smart, but he also like he leads all the meetings, and he sounds like a narrator from a book, like a podcast narrator, because he like his voice is so like soothing, and the way he talks, I'm like I could literally listen to a podcast by this guy. Like he's so interesting.
You say his voice is sooty? Oh, sooty, yeah.
Yes, like it's like if you were like listening to a podcast, I'd be really engaged in his podcast. Because sometimes people who like I don't know, there's like other engineers that I talk to that they don't like it, they just don't talk like him. So he's a program manager of like business intelligence or something, and he's
Wow.
It's cool. It's a cool position too.
Yeah, I think every position definitely like is very. There are so many people in the world who got multi-talented and have a lot of different talents, and each position I think requires those talented people, and that's why every Korean, because like among my students that I'm tutoring these days, like they all want to go to America at least for travel, especially for working experience, you know.
Yeah.
Even though I think last year the America kind of lost its prominence in terms of its, it kind of like revealed its kind of I wouldn't say dirty, but sort of revealing part of medical system, racial discrimination, and COVID. The people gone crazy, not wearing masks, but still, I think America's America. People kind of have in mind,
Yeah.
I think that largely they still look up to it.
Yeah. You are right though. It definitely did expose a lot of stuff. Like the best,
There's a funny meme that Hollywood directors try to cover up those kind of newspapers or breaking news by putting more shows on dramas, but by glorying over. But
yeah, it's true.
But Roland, I think I gotta go back to my office right now. I'm just. Do you remember that?
I actually have to get started with work soon.
Yeah. Do you remember that Taeyong is fucking around? Yeah.
Yeah.
I still stick to value these days. I think I'd better be more diligent and kind of work oriented like you did, to get promoted or to do something productive better for my next job.
Yeah, no, I mean everywhere, as long as you're doing the work and you're learning, like also getting promoted and stuff a lot of times is politics as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be like related to contribution or your actual output or your experience. So I wouldn't measure success only by.
Next time, Roland, I really want to have when we have another sync up or link up, I really want to ask you the secret or tips of getting promoted kind of seriously topic. I mean, there are millions of topics that are left to be discussed between you and me, but I'll be more than happy and grateful that if you kind of share that kind of ideas to how to get promoted in a company.
Yeah, for sure, dude. We can talk about it.
All right, Roland. But anyhow, thank you so much for sparing time, and it's so good to catch up with you. And also, please say thank you to Miriam. I hope you have a great Christmas and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance for you.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. You too, man. Happy holidays.
Yeah, and we'll stay in touch, and I'll get back to you sometime soon.
Yeah, dude. Let me know whenever. Yeah, when you want to do this again.
All right, gotta get going, and I'm rolling out. Peace, Roland.
Yeah, peace out, bro. I'll see you later.
You too, man. Bye-bye.
Bye.